What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since I recorded anything, just had a lot of things going on in my life. I am super excited to be working on today's project. We are going to be installing upgraded Mishimoto intercooler on Jalen's Evo 8. So this is the intercooler right here. I know it's kind of beat up and has like two different tone colors, but this I believe is a 3.5 inch. Got it from my cousin. Shout out to you, Nolan. Gave this to me for free because he had no use for it. Jalen's Evo has on her car is the stock factory intercooler. It was already black. I got it when we picked up the car. I just repainted it, but this is gonna come out. Since we're gonna be tuning the car, I wanted something upgraded, better airflow, you know, make a little bit more power. This thing is gonna look super sick on her car. We're all gonna be stripping out all the paint that is on top on the intercooler. So I did pick up some Craftsman paint remover, so we're gonna go ahead and spray that on top there. Hopefully it comes out very well. Not sure how much layer paint has been sprayed on top here. You can see right there Mishimoto. I'm pretty sure that the condition on the intercooler is probably like kind of scratched up, beat up. I know there was damages over here I tried to pull out and fix before, and it looks a little bit better than how it was. I mean, at the other side, this front over here is like pushed up, so we are going to be running on this front of the section. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of straighten up these guys over here. I did this section over here as much as I can, but can't complain about having a free intercooler Mishimoto from your cousin. So let's go ahead and spray the aircraft paint remover on top here, let it sit for 15 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and grab a wire brush, scrape as much paint as we can, repeat it, and see how far we can come across taking this thing out. Here is how the intercooler is. Taking a little bit longer than I really expected. These paint is probably were on there for like a very long time. There is some areas that I'm still trying to work on. These over here on this section on the front, kind of a little bit worried this might take a little bit longer to take out. I am gonna go ahead and bust the wire brush wheel just to see how much we can actually take out before we put another coat on the paint stripper on top. And I'm actually running a little bit low. I should have got at least one more can, but it is what it is. We'll try to get as much done as possible, see how far we can get into getting the intercooler where it needs to be, and then if it needs more work, then we can continue on tomorrow. Alright guys, so it is now the next day. So quick update on what's going on with the intercooler. I actually had to run down to town twice to pick up more wire brush wheel, razor blades, sandpaper, all that stuff, just to kind of continue on removing all the paint off the intercooler. This is how the intercooler looks right now. It doesn't look that bad right now. We just have to continue on, just kind of remove all the paint, get it all nice and flat, and polish it and make it look decent at least. But I'm super excited how this thing really comes out. We are not going to be dealing this section over here just because it's not going to show, but I really do want to sand these sections down at least. I mean, who knows, I might end up just painting this section over here, just maybe, I don't know. I really don't know guys, but so far so good. Made some huge progress. We spent at least 2 hours, that's plus with going into town twice and getting all the supplies that we really need. It isn't the best condition intercooler of the world though, but getting it free from your cousin, you can't really complain honestly. We're not trying to make this intercooler like legit perfect. You know, this is actually my first time doing something like this, so I'm just kind of going with the process and just kind of learning like what I'm going with, and just kind of doing all the research of what people, you know, kind of did and this and that though. We're just working what we have. Let's go ahead and start wire brushing all the extra paint that is on there, and then we can go ahead and hit it with the sandpaper. I am going to be using a 320 grip, and then after, once we get everything flat, we can go ahead and use a 600 grip sandpaper with sanding, make it look all nice and decent. Hopefully it turns out great. Instead of starting with a 320, I started with a 220 just to kind of knock off as much scratch as I can. But I think it's coming out really good. I know I sand out the rivet. I might have to just drill this old rivet out and put a new one in. It did have a Mishimoto sticker on top of here, so I guess we'll just leave it like this. But overall, I'm pretty stoked how this thing is coming out. Alright guys, so we got the intercooler all wet sanded. Should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and section this area, see how it really looks from a before and after. Got my pad right here on my drill gun. This is what we're gonna be using, McGuire's metal polishing. Let's go ahead and knock this section out, see how it looks like. Really curious of how this thing is gonna turn out. Dude, that looks so freaking sick. Holy crap, that is a huge difference right there, guys. I could already imagine how this intercooler is gonna look once we get all of it fully polished out. This is insane. I mean, of course you could see like scratches on top here. I know 600 is not the highest number that you want to use for like fully finish on the sanding part, but of course that like I said on the video, I'm not trying to make this thing perfect, just want to make it at least nice and decent as possible. If I did have a 1000 grip sandpaper with me, I would honestly put an extra time on working on it and get it fully sanded out nicely. But like I said, we're not going to run this intercooler for a long period of time. This just is something that I want to kind of try it out and also put this on Jalen's Evo. So eventually we will get a replacement. We put in so many hours on this intercooler. It makes me kind of think that I really don't want to do this kind of stuff for a very long time. So this is how the intercooler looks. The top section over here looks really nice. Of course there's scratches, like I said, there's going to be scratches no matter what, but like I said, we're not looking for any perfection on this. Just get it nice and clean as much as we can. On the side here on the intercooler, I went back to wet sanding it, buff it for like maybe 2 or 3 times, get it to where it's good enough, you could say. But honestly guys, it's a long process to do these kind of stuff. This is a lot of work though. I think this is a good condition where it is. I went to go ahead and treat each and every one of these as much as possible. We do need to clean up all these compound that has been inside here, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a nice rinse, kind of look through it one more time, wipe it down, and then we can go ahead and throw this intercooler into Jalen's Evo and see how this thing is gonna look. Check out the comparison on the Mishimoto compared to the OEM. Huge difference, right? A little bit difference on the height, but the comparison from here, huge difference. I actually thought about this now, that the stock charge pipe may not even fit on the Mishimoto intercooler. I just realized that. So I'm hoping that I do have some extra piping or coupling. Over here is 3" compared to that is a 2.5. So let's go ahead and try put it on and see if we can try and make it work. And about half an hour later, we got the intercooler on top on Jalen's Evo. We did have to run some different couplings. On the passenger side, it is a 3" to a 2.5, and then this black coupling is a 3". The blue coupling is 2.5, so we put that on top on the charge pipe, shove it inside here, and then tighten it with this clamp and tighten it with that clamp. I know it's kind of ghetto, I understand that. We have the bracket over here. Unfortunately, the intercooler is hitting the condenser fan, so we need to do some modification here and there, but other than that, this is how it's gonna run for now. Not really professionally done right, but honestly guys, this car, we're not gonna even be driving this car. The car basically is just gonna sit. I need to go ahead and talk to my friend Ben at back half to see if we can do some little welding and adding pipings, get it set perfectly. I feel like this Mishimoto is not made for Evo. I could be wrong though. This probably is a universal, so it might just fit on any other vehicle. We don't even know where this Mishimoto intercooler came from. Like I said, it's free, can't really complain. I'm gonna leave the bumper off. We're just gonna go ahead and reverse it down and then see how this thing really looks like. Dude, that intercooler looks so sick on her car. That is a thick boy right there. We're gonna go ahead and grab her front bumper, throw it on, make sure the clearance is good, and then we can go ahead and get everything tightened up and actually see how it really looks with the bumper on. I know you guys are probably just wondering, Jason, why are you mocking up the intercooler and not charge pipe like that? Hey man, do what you gotta do what you gotta work with, right? So that's what I'm just working with for now. Temporary, guys. That looks pretty damn sick with the front bumper on. That looks really good. We did have some issue that we had to put the front bumper on around this area, so right now the coupling is kind of tucked in there, but it's too big to where I have hard time just trying to line up the front bumper on the side. You can see here on the distance how it's way off right there. It's a little bit off as well too. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is fully touching this area, so of course we need to do some modification, charge pipe, and have it angle more that way. I'm probably gonna get some negative feedback on the intercooler, especially on the Evo, because people are gonna be like, you know, this is wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, it's not a Honda, yada yada yada, which I really understand, guys, but I don't have the money. I know I could wait, but I figured just throw it on just to kind of get it over with, and it's not really gonna hurt anything, honestly, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification for upload content. Aloha, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.